We have a book about renewable energy, home efficiency, and different renewable energy systems that we've installed over the years. Systems like ground source heating and cooling, wind generators, micro hydro, PV or solar electric systems, solar hot water heating systems. And our whole mission is to empower people. A lot of times people will want to buy a wind generator and they need solar panels. Or maybe a wind generator will work better at their location rather than solar panels. So it's very important that the consumer is empowered and they have a knowledge of what they're buying because these systems are expensive. We also have some emergency backup generator kits that are for utilizing your portable generator, even your RV generator to power your home in a power outage or in an emergency. And so we're going to play a video for you right now that shows you how to legally use your RV generator or your pull start generator in an emergency. We've talked to some people at the show and it's interesting. They plug a cord into their generator and then into their dryer, and then they'll run their home with their generator. And the problem is they have a live plug on the end of their cord when they start their generator. Or the other issue is that if there are line workers, the power company is working on the transformer or down power lines, and you plug your generator into the grid, you may have 240 volts at your home, but it'll go back through the transformer at 7,200 volts or 12,470, and that's dangerous. It'll kill somebody. That's why solar panels have to shut off if there's a problem. You cannot generate onto the grid with any generating source if there's a power outage. So we're going to show you how this is supposed to work and how it meets the National Electric Code.
I don't have a thing to say. I want to say one thing.
We share everything.
We have to, yeah, we share everything. Both of these mics don't work at the same time. One thing I wanted to say is that a lot of people have this idea that they have a generator, a fuel generator outside, a little portable generator, and that they're set in case of emergency. So my question to you is, or a power outage, my question to you is, how is it that you plug that generator? They said, well, we'll just plug in and we'll bring we'll just plug into our house. Oh, really? How is it? How do you plug in your furnace? You can't. So this is, we're going to show you this quick video here on how to use an emergency manual, what do you call it? Manual transfer. Manual transfer switch, and how to install it here, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more. Okay, so where's that? We need our helper guide to, there's no sound to the video.
Technical difficulties.
It's over here. We need it
No,
for the
it's
video.
just for the video.
He said he had it turned in here in the video, and I don't hear it or see it.
Volume on the video?
It's not on it. Well, let's see if that works.
No, I just tried it.
You just tried it and it didn't work?
I turned it all the way up. It doesn't work.
Okay.
It should be. It works on the computer, but it doesn't play.
Okay. Hold this. Well, why don't you start talking about...
Well, we'll talk a little bit about renewable energy while we're waiting for the video to get working. It's very important before you install renewable energy like solar, wind, micro hydro, or ground source heating and cooling that you tighten up your home. You may need to change your windows. You may need to add some insulation in your attic. You have to make your home more efficient because, for example, if you have a lot of conditioned air going outside of your home, under your doors or through windows that have cracks in them, you're wasting a lot of energy, and if you have to compensate with renewable energy, it's very expensive. Also, you can change your lighting, and we talk about compact fluorescence and LED lighting. A 60-watt light bulb, an incandescent light bulb, pulls 60 watts, and if you have an LED light that is an equivalent of 60 watts, it's about 10 watts of power that it consumes. Or if you have a compact fluorescence, about 14 watts. So it's very important that you, if you want to use like a solar electric system, that you get lighting that's very efficient. Now I think that we've got this audio working now, so can we go ahead and play that? Okay. How's this?
Okay, let's give it a shot again.
Hi, this is Keith with My Powerful Home. Have you ever lost power to your home because of rolling blackouts or severe weather? When this happens, do you worry about losing refrigerated food or frozen goods that you have in your home? Do you worry about keeping yourself warm or frozen pipes? Well, we have a kit that solves this problem. Here's our portable generator emergency power kit. It gives your portable generator in your garage another job instead of just gathering dust. Now, this is how it works. This is your home panel, and this is the new emergency panel transfer switch. And what we've done is move circuits, critical circuits, from this panel to the new emergency panel. You'll see where the customer has highlighted the circuits that he wanted moved into his new panel. All of the circuits that he's transferred over to this new panel are his microwave, refrigerator, his up and downstairs furnace, his freezer, and he has some lighting and outlets in here. And this will ensure that his family's safe in case he has a power loss. And we're going to simulate for you how this works. We're going to turn off the 60 amp breaker that feeds the new emergency panel transfer switch. I'm going to turn it off now, and this will simulate a power outage. Okay, let's go start the generator. This is a 50-foot power cord with both ends supplied with a kit. Now, one end plugs into the generator, and another end plugs into the power inlet box. So I'm going to plug into the generator first and then the inlet box. We don't want anybody getting electrocuted, so we won't start the generator till everything's plugged in. Now the inlet box comes with the manual transfer switch. So when we start the generator, the power will go from the generator through this box to the manual transfer switch. I'm going to start the generator and let it warm up a couple of minutes so it comes up to full power. The generator's been running for a couple of minutes and it's warmed up, so we're ready to transfer power. I'm going to show you how this works by first turning off the utility supply breaker, and then I'm going to lock that breaker out. And this keeps us from supplying power from the generator to the utility grid. Then I'm going to turn on the generator supply breaker. Okay, you saw the light come on and the generator just ramped up. So this home is being powered by the generator right now, and they're safe. So I'm going to do the reverse now, and I'm going to turn on the utility power, and then I'm going to turn off the generator supply. The breaker lock goes up, and now we're back on utility power. Because of our portable generator emergency power kit, this customer is safe in the event of a power outage. This is Keith with My Powerful Home. Thanks.
Okay, so that's one, the right way to hook up your home generator to your home so that you can run your furnace. This is a 5,500 watt generator here. With this, you could safely run your furnace fans, a medium-sized microwave, a freezer or refrigerator, and a computer, TV circuit, and a lighting circuit. So that's pretty much what you want to run during a power outage, and that can run for several days. It'll keep your house warm, and you can be entertained and having some food through a microwave. And that's the way to do it according to code, and do it right and legal, and not just scab it through. And because you don't want your home to belong to Rocky Mountain Power anyway by electrocuting a lineman, do you? I mean, that wouldn't be fun. So this kits are phenomenal. We have a 20% discount on them. So a medium portable generator kit is with the discount around $440, and that can be just shipped right to you. And this can be ordered on mypowerfulhome.com, and the percentage of 20% off goes through a week from today. So that's what, the 13th or 14th. One thing I want to talk about too is that in our book, now this, I always tell people this is a book that Keith and I have written. Keith is a master electrician. He's been a master electrician for 20 some years, and been doing electrical for 30 years. That means he's old. And
I dye my hair, though.
no, he's starting to get AARP stuff. Anyway, and he's also a heating and cooling contractor, and so a journeyman. So that makes him very well qualified, plus installing a lot of renewable energy and ground source heating and cooling, geothermal heating and cooling. We've had so many people ask us questions along the way, not knowing what kind of solar panels to choose, what kind of backup generator system, what is the best kind of light bulbs to have in their house. I mean, there's a lot of questions that we get all the time. And so we decided that we would just answer all those questions in a book. And Keith largely wrote this book, and then I translated it so that it can be understood. I have built a couple of homes myself and been into renewable energy and helped install solar and the backup generator system myself. And so I speak electrical contractor, and so that made it easier for you to understand. We've had excellent feedback with the book and helping people to understand the basics. We really want to literally empower people to make the right decisions, because when they have the understanding and the learning, then they make good decisions. And there's a lot of information out there on the internet. Also, our website, mypowerfulhome.com, where you can buy the book. It's also 20% off. It's usually $19.95 at $16. We have some over at the booth. And you can get it on the website as well for this next week at that price. We've had a lot of great response with the book, and it also has the tax credits. And I don't know if you knew, but solar and wind tax credits are 30% for federal tax credits. So that's 30% of the price of the materials and the installation. Well, also geothermal heating and cooling, or ground source heating and cooling, also has the same, as well as thermal solar, the hot water, also has 30% tax credit. And you can take that tax credit and spread it over several years, so you don't have to use it all right now. Also, the state of Utah has a personal tax credit. I think it's $2,000 for solar, isn't it?
Yeah, $2,000.
$2,000 for solar. Now, recently, this last year, the Utah Solar Association got a really great grant, and they've been able to give rebates. That is, thank you for putting in a solar panels. Here's some money. They just hand you the cash. It doesn't have to be as you file your taxes. It's just cash back rebate. And right now, that is not available, but we're hearing that come March, there will be the last part of it that will be available, and that depends on the size of the solar system that you put in. We also have solar panels that we can install. We have a really phenomenal solar panel back there, really high quality. I don't know if you know very much about solar panels. Well, I tell you what, besides getting our book, our website has a lot of videos and articles on it that explain what solar panels are, what their efficiency levels are, the kinds that there are, what to look for, what to watch out for. in solar, but so does our website. But the solar system that we put in is actually one, as well as this generator backup system, is something that you can do yourself. It really leans to the do-it-yourself market, especially the system that we have, the backup system here. It has a 30-minute how-to video that Keith does, as well as line diagrams and all of that. Did you have a question? No, the solar panels are that we have, and most solar panel systems, unless you're an off-the-grid system, are designed for net metering. And net metering, you can learn about it in the book, but no, essentially what net metering is that you're using the utility as a battery. So during the day when all the sun is shining, because that's the only time you can, or when there's sun, that's when you generate it, not at night. You are using it, and whatever you use in excess goes to the power company. At night when you're not generating, you use it back. And the meter, that's the net meter, whatever you give to them or use, at the end, if you owe them, then you pay. If you don't, it stays as a credit. And then there's a clock of a 1 year, and then they started at 0 again, and hopefully by then you've used it all. So that's how to stay on the grid.
It's very important that you don't have too large a solar array, especially with Rocky Mountain Power, because they're not going to give you a check. You're just going to get a credit back. And so now if you want to get into battery systems also, they are very complicated, and it's very good. There's some other qualified solar installers here that can do battery systems and off-the-grid systems, which are a little bit different than a net metering scenario. And so pay attention to what size of array you need, what the loads are, what the electrical consumption is in your home. But make sure that you reduce that first so you're not spending too much money. And I want to just educate you a little bit about ground source heating and cooling, because electricity is, we all use electricity, but when we're talking about units of electricity converted to heat and efficiencies, ground source heating and cooling beats any other heating and cooling system on the market. There's nothing out there that touches it. For example, a therm of gas or of natural gas is about 98% efficient tops with some systems that you see out there, boiler systems or furnace systems. That means that you only get 0.98 of 1 therm in energy conversion from fuel to heat. Now, a ground source heating and cooling system, if it's properly installed, will give you up to 6 units of heat per 1 unit of electricity. That's called a COP, coefficient of performance.
So that means it's 600% efficient.
That means it's 600% efficient. And so 1 unit of electricity, 6 units of heat. And in the process of moving the heat out of your home, out of the earth into your home, essentially you can have free hot water through what's called a desuperheater process. I won't go into the details, but your hot water, you get about 70% to 100% of your hot water for free. So you're literally moving the heat out of the earth into your home at great efficiencies. And so, 45% of your utilities with heating and cooling is quite a lot of energy. So, and a lot of people, I'm surprised, ground source heating and cooling's been around since the late 70s. And so it's been around a while, but the efficiencies have gone up phenomenally. You may have an outside air source heat pump, and what happens when it's about 30 degrees outside and you want to move heat into your home? You have an air exchange, and the problem is it gets very inefficient. It gets down to about a 1-to-1 ratio when it gets really cold. But how warms the ground at 6 feet or 10 feet or even a pond down at 10 feet? You've got energy sitting there at 55 degrees. Why not move that into your home? It's just extremely efficient. So educate yourself. Our book is a great resource to help you educate yourself. But there's a lot of information out there also on the internet. So pay attention to what you're doing with your home. It's really amazing to me to go into a house and see a $20,000 granite countertop and then I walk downstairs to the mechanical room, and they've got an 80% gas furnace. And they're paying $400 a month for natural gas. So, you know, with rising energy costs, we really need to pay attention to the heart of our home. You know, we pay attention to our own thumpers, but what about the thumper in our home? And that's really your furnace and your complete electrical system.
Okay. Well, we just want to go ahead and wrap that up here and let you know that you can come by our booth and we can explain our backup generator kits a little bit more to you. You can ask some questions and then take a look at our book if you'd like. Go to our website. There's lots of great information. In fact, most of our website is informative because if people understand what they're doing and are educated, they make really great choices in most of the time. Oh, mypowerfulhome.com. And we're going to give a couple of books away here when our host people come back up. And he's going to draw a couple. Also, one thing that on these generators, backup generator system, one thing, we had our booth originally set up for an RV show, so it talks about that. If you have a large RV that has a big generator in it, they're usually pretty high quality generators, usually 7,000 watts or greater. We have a way to tap into that and power your home in an emergency. So using the same kind of kits, we also offer the RV generator kits besides the portable generator kits. So that's another option to think about. And you can find a really great video on our website, mypowerfulhome.com, about that as well. So is that everything?
I think so. That's it.
Okie doke. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.